Things could have been much worse. Firefighters say two key factors helped keep the Tunnel 5 fire that burned earlier this year on the Washington side of the Columbia River from destroying more property and burning more land. An early and aggressive attack from the air, and precautions homeowners took to clear their properties of brush years before the fire started.
We were able to get a huge air force on this fire right away.
Air assets had been staged in Ellensburg, Washington, north of Yakima, and in the gorge in Dallasport.
By doing that, within a half an hour of this fire starting, we had aviation assets hammering this thing, and they were extremely important at being able to corral the fire spread and turn it in a fashion that allowed us to catch up to the fire and eventually pinch off the head of the fire and stop it the next day.
Also, the Washington Department of Natural Resources has been busy bolstering its fleet of air assets, including 2 Kodiak airplanes with infrared capabilities, one of which was deployed to the Tunnel 5 fire.
That is truly the game changer here. Initial attack, more air resources, and they're under our exclusive use so we can have them available at any moment's notice, and that's how we've been able to control this fire.
The fire burned nearly 550 acres and destroyed 10 homes in the community of Underwood, across from Hood River, Oregon. Today, all that is left of many homes is their concrete foundations. Motorists driving along SR 14 at the base of the bluff called 911 at around 11:20 a.m. Sunday, July 2nd, to report the fire burning near Tunnel 5, the last of a series of tunnels along the highway that vehicles and trains use. The blaze quickly spread, racing up the steep hill, and then, pushed east by the wind, burned through mostly Douglas firs and Oregon white oak trees on the side of the bluff and along its top. Today, the nearly 3-mile burn scar can still easily be seen from the Oregon side of the Columbia River Gorge. But it is on the eastern portion of the scar, where firefighters say 2 or 3 property owners had cleared away brush from the slope that helped crews corral the fire.
By doing so, by cutting all this extra brush, they were able to give the firefighters a chance to actually catch up to the main fire spread and conduct a burnout operation that allowed the firefighters then to proactively get ahead and outflank the fire and keep it from going into Underwood proper.
It's called defensible space, and firefighters say creating the space can lower the risk that your house will burn down in a wildfire. The Washington Department of Natural Resources describes 3 zones: the immediate zone, which is out to 5 feet of your home and decks; the intermediate zone, which is 5 to 30 feet from your home, other buildings and decks; and the extended zone, which is 30 to 200 feet from your home, other buildings and decks. In the case of the Tunnel 5 fire, firefighters say the property owners on the eastern portion of where the fire burned had cleared brush from the slopes of the bluff long before the fire's start. You can see where the fire burned in the trees below. Clearing the brush beforehand meant firefighters didn't need to do it themselves, saving them time.
Just these 2 or 3 houses that were treated ahead of time allowed the firefighters to get ahead, not only save the next 20 houses or so along the bluff, but actually prevent a lot of the spot firing that could have occurred much further downwind.